Welcome to ERi-TV English News broadcast for this hour, dear viewers. I'm Bersabet Takhla reporting live from the headquarters in the capital, Asmara, and these are the top stories for today, Wednesday, 3 December. International Day of Persons with Disabilities observed today in Asmara. Social science training provided to youth in Sawa. Trump announces land strikes against drug cartels. And EU agrees on phasing out Russian gas imports by autumn 2027. On your local reports, International Day of Persons with Disabilities, 3 December, has been observed today in Asmara at national level under the theme Holistic Participation of Persons with Disabilities for Development. Mr. Mehret Sahaye, Director General of Social Welfare at the Ministry of Labour and Social Welfare, said that before the International Day of Persons with Disabilities came into effect at international level, in Eritrea there had been customary laws in place for a long time that respected the equitable rights and human values of citizens with disabilities. He also said that the day serves as a reminder to acknowledge the situation and challenges of persons with disabilities and to conduct coordinated efforts for prevention and support. Mr. Abdullahi Mohammed Yusuf, UNICEF representative in Eritrea, for his part said that across the world, persons with disabilities are not passive recipients of assistance. They are innovators, leaders and agents of change, and that efforts should be made to ensure that children with disabilities have equal access to education, healthcare, protection and participation. Mr. Abdullahi also commended Eritrea's strides to ensure that nationals with disabilities have inclusive access to education and community-based rehabilitation services. The International Day of Persons with Disabilities is being observed for the 30th time at the national level. The event featured exhibition of paintings, ceramics and other artifacts produced by citizens with disabilities. In other news, social science training organized by the National Union of Eritrean Youth and Students has been provided to 1,875 youth from the Warsai Kalo School in Sawa. The training covered the national charter, administration and leadership, types and objectives of government, foundations of Eritrean national culture and values, health and productivity of youth, the foothold and unity of the Eritrean people, nation building and development, benefits and significance of organization, globalization and its influence, importance and influence of mass media, as well as the history of the armed struggle for independence and safeguarding the national sovereignty. Ms. Helen Amina, head of follow-up of regions at the National Union of Eritrean Youth and Students Central Office, noted that strong efforts are being exerted to expand and strengthen organization with a view to nurturing competent youth, and that the training program was part of that initiative. Representative of the trainees expressed a readiness to practically translate the knowledge they gained from the training into their daily activities. Colonel Debesai Gide, commander of the National Service Training Center, called on the trainees to apply the knowledge they gained in serving their society and influencing their peer groups. In related news, the Amberber Share Company provided a training on material management to 50 workers from 7 government institutions. The training covered the scientific methods of material management, materials and workshop handling, as well as spare parts management. Indicating that the training was unique in its type, Mr. Solomon Negash, head of the material management at the company, commended the interest the trainees demonstrated during the program. Mr. Girmay Berhe, manager of the company, for his part, indicating that the program was a continuation of efforts to enhance the capacity of members of the company and partner institutions, called on the trainees to apply the knowledge they gained in their daily activities at their respective workplaces. Still in your local reports, during a livestock vaccination program conducted in November, around 100,000 livestock were vaccinated in the Molki subzone. This is according to Mr. Lu'ul Gaim, head of livestock resources in the subzone. In the program, which was carried out in 19 administrative areas of the subzone, 65,000 livestock were vaccinated against various animal diseases, while 2,000 dogs were vaccinated against rabies. Mr. Lu'ul, indicating the cooperation of livestock owners, said that thanks to their support, the program was successfully implemented. Commending the efforts the government has undertaken to ensure the health of their livestock, the farmers called for the sustainability of the program. According to the report, similar vaccination programs were carried out in the subzone in the months of April and May. Next is international reports and more, so stay tuned. Welcome back. The U.S. will soon start bombing alleged drug cartels' target on land, U.S. President Donald Trump told reporters in a cabinet meeting yesterday, Tuesday, 2 December. The announcement comes amid a massive U.S. military buildup in the Caribbean, which Washington says is aimed at curbing Venezuelan-led drug trafficking. Caracas has denied the accusations, arguing that the U.S. is using them as a pretext to justify invading the resource-rich South American nation. In recent months, Washington has killed more than 80 people in strikes on boats in the Caribbean and Pacific that it claims were smuggling narcotics. The U.S. military deployment in the Caribbean waters of Venezuela, which has now reportedly reached upwards of 16,000 personnel, has been accompanied by increasing political pressure on Caracas. In today's final report, EU member states and the European Parliament reached a deal today to ban all imports of Russian gas by autumn 2027. According to a European Council statement, the agreement outlines a phased ban on imports of Russian liquefied natural gas, LNG, and pipeline gas. LNG imports will face a full ban starting at the end of 2026, while the ban on pipeline gas imports will take effect in the fall of 2027. The statement said the move aims to end dependency on Russian energy. According to media reports, as of October, Russia accounted for 12% of EU gas imports, down from 45% in 2022. Dear viewers, that was it for today, but before we conclude, a quick reminder of the top stories. International Day of Persons with Disabilities observed today in Asmara. Social science training provided to youth in Sawa. Trump announces land strikes against drug cartels. And EU agrees on phasing out Russian gas imports by autumn 2027. Thank you for watching, and we'll be back tomorrow same time with more news and developments. But until then, have a good one.